And it's time for yet another basic beer review. And today, wow, have we got a doozy for you today. This is the Schneider Aventinus by Schneider Weisse. It's their Weizen Doppelbock at 8.2% ABV. And this is, me and this beer go a long way back, to be fair. Let's get it cracked open. So yeah, this is when I first got into fine beers many years ago, nearly 20 years ago now. This is one of the first beers that I got, which really knocked my socks off. Bizarrely enough, you could actually buy it in Asda back then, and it was only about £2 a bottle in Asda, something like that. Amazing. So, let's start pouring it in while I'm talking rubbish. Ooh, quite a lot of head coming up there. But yeah, I mean, this is Schneider Weisse, the famous Weizen beer brewery. I've got it's not the best glass for it, but it is my Schneider Weisse glass, so I thought I will use that for this beer. I've not had one of these for a long time, to be honest. But I do remember this being the first beer that really knocked my socks off and made me realise that there's so much in beer. That, you know, it's like back in the day, it was like lager, bitter, stout. That was about it, really. Yeah, when I first saw this beer, you know, I'd already known about, you know, Weiss beers, things like Erdinger and normal Schneider Weiss and stuff. But I saw this in they had this in Asda, believe it or not, and I thought, well, I'll try the purple Schneider Weiss and see if that's any different. And I drank it and I really loved it and I thought it was really nice. And then I realised it was 8.2% and I couldn't believe it when I drank it. I just thought it was like a 5% or something. I just thought it was like a really malty kind of just a really malty kind of beer, which it wasn't. Well, it was, but it was an incredibly amped up Weizen beer, which I am so excited to be trying. And at the moment, I'm getting so much of the head there that I'm having trouble getting the whole lot in. But you've got to get it all in. I know with these bottles, you've got to do a bit of swilling around and get all that yeast out the bottom. That's how you do it with the Weizen beer, and I've completely messed that up. So I might have to talk a bit while I'm thinking this, or I might just have a bit of a sample. Let it go down a bit and then get all the stuff from the bottom and have another little sample, see if it changes, how the flavour changes. I'm going to start getting a nose on it, I think. Wrong way around here, aren't I? So yeah, so it's the so there's not much more to say about it. It is 8.2% ABV. It's a Weizen Doppelbock, which is just like a really strong version of a Weizen beer. It doesn't say anything about it really on there. It's just brewed by Schneider Weisse. And I got this from a bottle shop. I think it wasn't too dear. I think it's about £4. I know sometimes it can be a bit more expensive than that in some places. So on the nose, we're getting raisins, a bit of banana, a bit of clove, lots of malt. Way too much of that head. Smells really nice. Smells like a really amped up Weizenbock, or you know, an ice bock or something like that. Yeah, really good that. I'm going to so see what else we're getting in the nose. So we get a little bit of treacle, a little bit of caramel. I say you're definitely getting the banana there and the clove. And yeah, it just smells like just like a strong Weizen beer, really, like a strong malty Weizen beer. Okay, let's go in for the taste then, because I can't sit around here all day. Hopefully we'll lose a bit of that head and get the rest of this in, but we'll see how it goes. So let's have a go. Let's dive in. Cheers. So it's smooth, it's a little bit chocolatey on the arrival there. It's quite malty. You're getting all those lovely flavours, all those lovely Weizen beer flavours. It really doesn't taste like an 8.2% at all. It just tastes like a really full flavoured, maybe 6% beer. Alright, we're going to try and get this topped up to the top now. So I know they said the trick to doing one of these is you pour it very, very gently to get virtually no head, and then what you do is you swill around the bottom bit, and then what that does then is that pours out your thick creamy head that goes on the top like that. But unfortunately I was a little bit too hasty to get this in the glass and we ended up with a massive head at the beginning. But if you look at that, that's a creamier, fluffier head you're getting with the little swill around at the end there. So yeah, still a little bit of stuff at the bottom there, but you're getting a lot of that yeast which you really want into the beer. And they say, and what I read was that you do that with German beers, with German Weizen beers. You don't do that with Belgian beers, but I say each to his own, whatever people prefer. I tend to put the whole lot in with Belgian beers anyway because I paid for it all. I'm gonna drink it all. So let's have a see if it changes at all when we've got everything in. Yeah, so we're getting similar kind of smells there. Smells a little bit sweeter, but that might just be because my palate's adjusting to it or my nose is adjusting to it. It smells nice, it smells good. It smells good, full in flavour, it smells sweet, it smells malty. I'm going to have another go with the rest of it in there. Cheers. Yeah, so it's just a really nice, pleasant, strong Weizen beer. It's as good as it ever was. It's just really pleasant to drink. It's a sipper, but it could also be incredibly dangerous outside in the sun because you could easily down these. You could easily down several of these really, and then you'd be wondering why it's hit you so much. It's very, very refreshing for an 8.2%. It's insanely moreish. If you can get this for less than £5 a bottle, you get an absolute steal. It's just an absolutely amazing beer. He doesn't look very, very happy really, considering he's got one in his hand. I would be a lot happier than that with one in my hand, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, Schneider Aventinus, it's the one. It used to be, was it the Tap 6, was it called, or Tap 5? But now they've changed it back to the original label, or not the purple label that I remember from the mid-2000s. And the name, Schneider Aventinus, the Weizen Doppelbock, at its best. It is brilliant. It's an absolute cracker. It's a steal for anything less than a £5, and to be honest, it's probably a steal for more than a £5 really. It's a really, really good beer. And there's nothing more to say. Absolutely brilliant. Smashing. Gonna finish the rest of it. Until next time, have a good one.